So I don't know why I decided to make this video, but I feel like I just need to share something with everybody, or anyone who wants to listen. So this week I had one of those moments where it makes you stop and think about life. Nothing terrible happened and nobody got hurt, but something happened that made me realize that I'm growing up. Not in the sense that I'm getting older though, but I think I've known that for a while. For the first time, I realized that my place in the lives of other people is starting to change. I used to be one of the younger guys. I always looked up to the older leaders and everyone around me, and I just joked with them and laughed with them and cried with them, and I never really thought about how much my role impacted my life. And honestly, I was just there in the moment and I loved it. Recently, I found out that in a few months things are going to change. But for the first time in my life, I realized that this chapter of my life actually has an ending. And this realization caught me off guard. This week, there was a moment that made all these little small things come up to the surface. And it wasn't a big argument. Nobody did anything wrong, but it made me realize something that I wasn't ready to admit. I don't always get to be just Ralph anymore. Sometimes I'm the older brother. Sometimes I have to be a role model. Sometimes I'm a leader. Sometimes people see me differently than the way they used to. And genuinely, that is a privilege. But I think I miss being one of the guys sometimes. And I don't think anyone tells you that part. Nobody warns you about that part of growing up. They tell you about getting older. They tell you about responsibility. They tell you about taxes, and they tell you about becoming a leader. But nobody tells you that one day the role that you have and play in people's lives quietly change. One day you're no longer being the person looked after. One day you're going to be the person that is looking after someone else. And to be honest, that's a beautiful thing, in my opinion. But it's also bittersweet. After thinking about it for a few days, I realized that I actually wasn't really sad that things are changing. I was just sad that I took this part of my life, this chapter of my life, for granted. I kept assuming that there would always be another hangout, another late night conversation, another event, another chance to spend time with the people that I love. But maybe that's the part of growing up that nobody tells you about. You begin to realize that the chapters in your life that you're living right now won't last forever. And instead of making me sad, that actually kind of makes me more grateful. I used to think about how short life was. But now, instead of thinking about that, I wonder if it's really all about paying attention and just noticing and observing the people around you, appreciating the chapter of your life that you're currently in, and just thanking God for all those ordinary moments that become into beautiful memories. The funny thing is, I still have time. This chapter of my life still isn't over, and I'll still get to laugh with these people. I still get to make memories with them and be a part of their lives, maybe even forever. Maybe that's what I needed to realize this week. Instead of worrying about how this chapter ends, I should focus on living it while I'm still in it. So, if you're still watching, then my advice for you, don't take this chapter of your life for granted. Live it, breathe it, exist in it, because there might be a day when you realize that this chapter of your life has quietly closed. Thanks for listening. God bless.